Talking about having to conform so much to other people's idea of the stereotypical Indian or Redskin or whatever you want to talk about, and just trying to fit in enough to get by, that we lose ourselves. Well, as a kid on the reservation, I had polio and I was quite crippled up. But my mentor, Son Aguadi, who was a town drunk, used to care for me. I mean, he took care of me, he protected me, told me stories. But we're walking through the reservation one day, and it's a poor reservation up in the Quebec border. And he goes, "Guggy, what is wrong?" And I said, "Nothing." No, don't lie to me. Something's not right with you today. What's the problem? And I said, "The kids at school, man, they're picking on me. They keep pushing me. They run backwards in front of me. I mean, I can't take anymore. They're calling me half-breed, redskin, everything but white. And then they call me white. I can't take any more shite. I've had enough." And he says, "Guggy, you don't understand. Everybody in the world gets as much shite as you're going to get. The only thing that will define your greatness is what you do with it, how you deal with it. If you want to be somebody, you best not look at any picture of an Indian on the wall or a cowboy or anybody else. What you want to do is start your own parade and be the majorette and make them follow you. Do what you believe and be your own parade. And if you have to look back, you're not doing it right. But you'll look back one day and there'll be drummers and clarinet players and bass drums and everybody else following you." And he's absolutely right. To heck with the rest of the world and what they think you should be. If you're your own majorette, they either have to be in the parade or they have to stand on the street and watch you pass by.
To point, that when we are ourselves, it is simple. Because it's when we're in our homes, it's when we're at our family dinners that we are ourselves. Which usually revolves around food. We're all diabetic.
Weddings or funerals.
When we are in our finer moments is whenever we are just being ourselves. And I'm not saying that we're just being Cherokee, I'm just saying we're just being, take away all the fluff, and when we're with our family, or when we're at a traditional event, all things are scraped away. Everything it's a wood fire, it's a river, those simple things, that is whenever we are that is when we are. I'm not going to say when we are Cherokee, I'm just saying that's when we are. We are present. That is
when you're talking about your final moments, are you talking about the marriage ceremony or the funeral? Kidding.
I don't know. I hope there is no ceremony. I do not want people to be squalling over my dead body when I die. I hope that they have some jokes for it or something.
Oh, I love a good joke, especially if I'm in it.
So, for a message, you talked about advice. Mm-hmm. A mentor told me that when you become aware of something, you become responsible for it. So I became aware that the language was like, this is not just something that my mom speaks. This is not just something that my grandma speaks, or it's not just a thing. It's not just this object. I became aware of what it was, and it's really hard to put that into words. It's almost like a light. It's just the light that shined in the elderly gentleman's eyes when he was laughing at me. The tone of voice, how my mother sounds when she speaks Cherokee. It's just so beautiful. I'd much rather her speak in Cherokee because she's usually fussing at me in English. So when you become aware of something, you become responsible for it, and it's what you do with that. And you can turn your back to responsibility because that's an easier thing to do. It would be so much easier for me to take my master's degree and go work somewhere else. So much easier. Clock in, clock out, go home. The weight of the language is not on my shoulders.
Right.
This is a difficult job. So when I was talking about being Cherokee, that being Cherokee has a responsibility. If you are aware and want to take on the job and the work and the responsibility, then sometimes it's not easy being Cherokee. But being Cherokee to me means, okay, I'm not just going to put a feather in my hat and say I'm Cherokee. I don't need to. My actions are going to be, that's how I am to the world, being Cherokee. That's how I am as in today's world as a Cherokee woman. That's how I'm being responsible. Is working, caring, creating, being home. When I say I'm not saying I'm just like, I have actually no sense of self anymore because I've worked with this community, in the community so long.
There are worse curses.
Well, when you're a mom, you have no sense of self. I actually have no name. I'm just somebody's mom. And then I'm just Totsuwa in here, and that's fine. But that's how you are. To me, that's how you can show the world how you're a native person, you're an indigenous person, and being self-aware. It's your actions. Mm-hmm. It's your actions. What did I do today? Today, I worked on financial stuff for this school, and today I spoke to some white princesses in West North Carolina. So, and I told them, I said, if everything that I talked to you about today, there's one thing that I ask from you. People criticize Native peoples for having casinos. I said, so everything, you saw all these babies in here, it was wonderful, all the things on the wall. Oh my gosh, the babies are so cute. The kids are so cute. Everything in here, this is wonderful. Is this not wonderful? Now, guess who funds me? The casino. So, if you, in your daily walk of life, in the hands that you shake, and the places that you go, get to talk to a senator, a congressman, a governor, an alderman, whoever you get a chance to talk to, tell them about the casino and what the casino funds. I'm not a wealthy person. Some of the people that get per capita, they're not wealthy. Everybody is envious. There's a lot of hatred going on right now because we get a per capita. That is like the worst thing we have done for our people. It is awful. It's awful.
Yep.
When you don't earn something, you don't appreciate
expect it.
Then it's this. We went from helping to this. I'm not asking you to help me up. Everybody's asking for a handout. I don't like that. We've created a welfare mentality.